this is the best part of this whole thing, Riley.
I hate you.
When you're 80 years old, you can look back to your wedding and think, wouldn't have happened without IJ. Think about that. Yesterday on the show, actually, it started before the show. Riley, you came in and set the timeline. So you were supposed to get married last September.
I was supposed to get married last November, actually.
November. I knew that.
And then COVID and baby happened, so
Yes.
we postponed it like a year.
Yes.
So back in March, my venue said, hey, we've sold from a restaurant to be an event space, but don't worry, your event is fine. We promise, we promise, we promise, we promise. Everything's fine.
March of 2020. Yes.
So after baby in February, I called them. I'm like, okay, we got to get this ball rolling again.
Yeah.
Still in February, early February, everything's fine. We're going to honor your contract. We're not giving you any additional charges. Nothing is changing. You're fine.
Right.
We have a meeting with them this Saturday. Tuesday, I get a text from my wedding planner. Here's the new proposal for all the food and all the fixins and the booze. And I'm going, okay, looking at it. Food looks good. Doing the damn thing. All right. What? I look at the price. It's $4,700 more than it was. And I'm going, huh? Not only was it that, but there were certain things we were promised that were taken away.
Like what?
Like hours of the event, like how many hours it was going to be, like certain levels of tiers of liquor, like things were just moving and shifting.
Weren't they going to also not let you use the bridal suite?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is
or
kind
charge for it, which was
so
originally
weird.
It's part of the building. It's
Right.
not like,
Well,
so
yeah.
if we're in there with the wedding, what are you going to do? Just let that space collect dust up there? I didn't
Yes.
get it.
Right.
So
Yeah, that's really weird.
And there was no budging.
Yeah.
And then not only that, they were like, well, we can't meet on Saturday. We're going to shift it to this time. And I'm like, wait a minute. I got a sitter for this. Like, I moved things around.
course.
Like, no, what's
Yeah.
going on? And I am a mess. I'm
Yeah.
just like ready to cry. I'm in shambles because it's 6 months out. We can't do anything else. And not only can we not, this was our place.
Yeah.
We fell in love there. Like, we fell in love around this area, over this place. It's our little home.
Right.
And it gives me like goosebumps to think and like almost want to cry again thinking that this could be shattered.
Yeah, especially because it is like, is my thought was like, I can get you a venue, snap a finger, we'll find somewhere else. But because it is like,
Yeah,
you said it was
but-
the place you guys fell in love, right?
Yeah, like we were supposed to go there on our first date, but they ended
Yeah.
up closing for renovations that day. So we went there for our first Valentine's Day together.
Nice.
Our second Valentine's Day together.
Yes.
We brought my mom there the first time she came into town and met Marshall.
Aw.
Like, this was just our spot.
It's significant.
Exactly.
And I know you were excited about this place too, because you talked about this place a
And
lot and like
pictures
showing
and just-
photos. And you know me, I love wedding planning, so I was very interested in
I
all
tormented
that.
you with this for a while.
Yeah.
I
So,
mean, it's incredible.
Right.
Like, the space is incredible, and it's everything I would have ever wanted. Like,
Yes.
literally nothing. It's everything I would. Nothing will compare.
so the timeline is that was Tuesday. So then yesterday you come in and you mention this, and I say, why don't we just talk about it on the show? Why? I mean, nothing
You didn't
wrong
do
here.
just that.
Well, I called them. Yeah. No.
Originally, it became, well,
Yeah.
Riley, let's get some legal advice and see what happens. And then you put your cowboy hat on.
Yes.
And when you did that, I was like, oh, God.
Yeah.
It's coming out. Like when the cowboy hat emoji comes out in John and the little smiley face that looks like a Cheshire cat comes out, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Put your bootstraps on, people. It's happening.
Because I feel like it's probably fair to get an answer. And like I said in the After Show podcast, I feel like sometimes the roadblock for anything really isn't the person who has the power to make that decision anyway. It's just they just don't want to deal with it. So it often doesn't get to the decision maker in whatever way. You know what I mean?
And mind
Yeah.
you, like, I couldn't even get a hold of these people. Like,
Yes.
I was trying, and John's like, okay.
Yes. So
Don't put a challenge in front of this one.
this is this is yesterday, me calling and leaving a voicemail to Riley's wedding planner. And here's the thing, you can tell I'm nervous in the call. And
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I was
Yeah.
freaking out. I don't know how you felt, but I was just like, oh, God. Oh,
So this is from yesterday. Okay, hold on. I think they're just asking. I'm just going to wait a second. And worst comes to
Oh my
worst, if the
gosh.
ding already happened, they're going to hear this, and we're talking about how our dear friend has a wedding at their venue, and they're being not very nice to her. Mm-hmm. And now this friend had a baby not 6 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. Oh, I think it's recording. Okay. Hey, I had my name's John. Just concerned citizen. A good friend of mine, who I adore, is having a. I was going to say she's having a baby in your venue. Hopefully not. She's having
No.
a wedding there.
We already did
and
that.
we just had some questions because I feel like there were some things that were promised, and now 6 months out they're not promised. So what number should I get to call back at?
I don't know.
The station number.
The station number.
If you could call me back at your soonest convenience, whatever convenience it is, 877 995-4681. Would just love to chat and hope forward to seeing you in whenever the wedding is. And you have a great, what do we say? Have a fantastic day.
Oh,
What's the number to send your voicemail? What's the?
Your message been sent.
Okay, so that was leaving the voicemail.
I
Then-
like
You were
lost
so
my breath
excited.
right there.
Absolutely.
I was just like, oh God.
Yeah.
Because I was like, did you really just do that?
Hell yeah, I just did that.
There's no taking it back
Yeah,
at that point.
No, that's why I say things first, because that way I have to do them. So then we fast forward to, this was like 8:35 yesterday. This fast forwards to the After Show podcast Leftovers. Riley gives us this update from her wedding planner.
My wedding planner is literally texting me and all this. Like, no, mind you, I couldn't even get this woman on the phone yesterday. My wedding planner had to like track her down from a couple of different emails, phone numbers, whatever. And now I just got this. They're giving us.
Okay, so Riley, the update we've been waiting for. What is the deal with the wedding?
Well, they're coming back and they're going to rewrite the proposal. They're going to give us the bridal suite. They're going to honor mostly, I'm assuming, because we
Mostly.
haven't gotten the contract yet, but they said that they were going to do a contract that is based on what we had originally. And I can't imagine after all of this that they're going to, have shenanigans now. They're definitely... They're wanting to make it right, and I appreciate that, because I'm not here trying to trash anybody's business, especially in COVID times.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to, make shenanigans for them or take business from them at all. The only thing that I wanted was for them to make it right and to be fair about it, and they are. We're going to meet with them on Saturday. We're going to see the space, and I hate admitting this, but all is going to be well thanks to IJ.
What was that?
No, I'm not saying it again.
So-
you can say that.
So did they hear it on the air, or they hear the voicemail?
They heard both.
Okay, so that's exciting.
But I mean, it's just the thing of it is that you guys know that I love being on Instagram, and I
Yes.
always talk about every single thing that I do, and I would not feel right, because obviously I'm a tag stuff. People are going to ask, where did you get married? Because this place is gorgeous.
Yes.
And I wouldn't feel right putting it out there for another bride to have this happen to her.
Of course.
Hell no. So it makes me feel better that all's well that ends well. I'm hoping that it was just miscommunications.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's fine. If you make it right, I'm good. So thank you, John.
Listen, I can't help myself. So that
Honestly, though, no, all joking and crap aside, I texted you yesterday. I was just like, seriously, dude, thank you. Because as feisty as I am, I wouldn't have done it.
No.
I wouldn't have been the one to just be like, I was honestly ready to figure out whatever savings we had to deplete to make this happen.
Oh.
And, Marshall's such an angel. He's like, baby, don't worry. Because I was breaking down. I was shaking and crying. This is family coming in from Puerto Rico and New York and Miami and LA and everywhere. And I'm like, I got to make this happen. Like, they're already booking flights and stuff like that. So honestly, all jokes aside, John, I really I don't even know what to say. A million thank yous, because it's working out now.
Yeah, like I told you in the text, I'll go to bat for anybody.
Yeah.
So that is nobody gets screwed over on my watch. So
nobody puts Riley in the corner.
Yeah, and like I said to you in text, if they switch, if it's a penny more, it's going to be even worse than it was yesterday.
Oh, God.
Because the reality is I understand. Had they just said to you last year, hey, new ownership, we're not honoring the contract. Okay,
a year
fair.
and some change ago, and I would have had time to either budget for it, or B, do something else. I don't like the sneaky. That's what bugs me. Because of the fact that we were fortunate enough to be able to save up for this wedding, and we're paying it for ourselves, so we would have been able to maybe figure it out. But 6 months out, it's like, what are you doing? But they've made it right so far.
Yeah.
And as long as that's the situation, I'm a happy clam. That's all that I could have asked for.
So I saved you roughly how much, you think?
I'm not telling.
$5,000?
It was about that, yeah.
So, like I said in the podcast, I think that is a good karma gift card that I get to cash in periodically over. As long as you're married, that the karma lasts. Yeah, because
I said I would give you 6 months.
Yeah, but first of all,
because you make me irritated on a daily. That's a lot.
But you can look back to your perfect day, and this is the best part of this whole thing, Riley.
I hate you.
When you're 80 years old, you can look back to your wedding and think, wouldn't have happened without IJ. Think about that.
This is so annoying. Because what do I say? How do I argue with this right now?
You can't.
This is
I feel
so
so
annoying.
bad for you.
This is so annoying.
just
Because
saying.
you irritate me by the minute.
Yeah.
I don't know that I can. Oh crap! What do I say to this? Help!
Facts.
Kind of screwed in this
I know.
situation.
I
a little bit.
I got nada.
So I want first slice of cake,
You can
And
have that.
It better be ice cream cake.
No.
Oh, what the hell? That
You got an ice
non-ice
cream cake at my wedding? I
That's-
made you an ice cream cake for your birthday.
That's
Stop it.
sad bread.